Isaiah 54 verses 2, 3, and 4. Verse 2 read, "Enlarge the place of thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thy habitation. Spare not, lengthen thy cords, and strengthen thy stakes. For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles, and make the desolated cities to be inhabited. Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded. For thou shalt not be put to shame, for thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shall not remember the reproach of thy widowhood anymore." I want to talk with you for a moment this morning. I'm breaking out.
All right.
I'm breaking out.
Yes, sir.
If it's a time for us to break out, it ought to be now. God is so good to us. And we ought to want to break out of the ways in which we live. When I looked at this 54th chapter of Isaiah, Israel at this time was at a very low point in their history. If you read this very low point, they had gone through a succession of wicked kings or rulers who had led them astray from God. And the kingdom had been divided and weakened because of these wicked rulers. First, the northern and then the southern kingdom had fallen into the hands of the enemy. And if you're not careful, the enemy will get us if we don't keep God on our side. Their temple, their city, their nation, and their people now held captive throughout the enemy land. I look at this 54th chapter. Isaiah called Israel a barren woman. And she was unfruitful, unproductive, because she had been an unfaithful wife. Look how Isaiah laid this situation out. Israel had turned away from her husband, God himself. And any time that we turn from God, the enemy will sift us one by one. And I come to inform you that it's hard enough to stay on the right road when God is on your side. But when you leave God, it's even harder for us to do the right thing. Do I have anybody in here? So I come to tell you here, it's difficult to stay holy when you're not serving God. But when you got God on your side, even though that you going through some difficult time, but look what that prophet told us to do. The prophet said when you're going through your trouble, you need to know how to sing your song. Are y'all in here? So it get rough sometime. But even though when you're going through your down moments and when you're going through your difficult time, you still got to sing your song. I wonder, do you know when everybody else have walked away from you and you singing your song, don't you see how God can restore some joy back into your life? And so I want to let you know that it can be rough, but don't give up. I want you to keep singing your song. And so Isaiah said, now listen, I know y'all is in a difficult situation. I know that there's a few of y'all still serving me. But the majority of y'all have started worshiping other gods. And since I still have a few of you, I want you to sing your song. And I learned that when things get a little difficult for me and look like I got nobody to talk to, it's best that you sing your song. Because when you sing your song, then the Lord will give you some joy in spite of your situation. I want to let you know, when you look at this 54th and you done read 53, you'll find that Israel had broken her vow to be faithful to the Lord. Well, I don't think hard of Israel, because we all in here done broken our vow one time or another. You know, a vow is a covenant that you make with God. And I wonder, preachers, I'm the only preacher ever broke the vow. No, sir, no, sir, no, sir. I won't ask the deacons or the members, but I wonder, we as preachers, have we ever broke the vow? I don't know. When you break it and you know you love God, it's hard to sleep at night. Are y'all in here? Israel had broke the vow to God to belong to Him and Him alone. Now, one thing I learned about God, He don't like to share us with nobody else. Now I don't know, unless you are in the Mormon faith, where you got 2 or 3 wives. Y'all talk to me in here? Can I talk to you in here? See, God was the husband. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Israel was the wife. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And unless you got 2 or 3 wives, you better be careful. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Israel had backslid. Can I tell you what a backslider is? Revert to a worse condition. To lack morally. If you are not ashamed to witness with me this morning. So Isaiah tells us that Israel had become a barren. And the Lord had abandoned the Israelites because of her sin. The nation was destroyed. The cities was taken captive by the Babylonians. Brothers and sisters, I'm glad that God don't let me stay that way always. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. God warned us against backsliding. Well, against turning away from Him. Yes. And I discover too many of us have turned away from God to this world. Yes, sir. That's all right. I read something in Luke chapter 9, verse 62. Yes, sir. It says, and Jesus said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow.
That's right. Look back. Look
And looking back
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
is fit
for the king.
for the kingdom of God.
Yes, sir.
But then I read something in Proverbs
All right.
14:14.
Yes, sir.
The backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways. Every day in this house today,
Yes, sir.
everybody have messed up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.